Hello everybody, welcome to JTP. In today's video I will be looking at the Senate and why it may be very, or at least difficult for Democrats to regain control of the Senate in the future. Before we get started, make sure you do like and subscribe, check out my videos if you have not already. And yeah, so before your eyes lies the Senate that will come after the new senators get sworn in. Um, Democrats have a total number of 47 seats, including Independent Senator Bernie Sanders and Angus King. And Republicans have a total number of 53 seats after they picked up 4 seats in the 2024 U.S. Senate races. So, yeah, I mean, now this map in itself, in my opinion, should be a little terrifying for Democrats because if I go ahead and make all of the swing states of 2024 the toss-up color over here, Democrats have 37 seats. Now, if they maybe Mark Kelly keeps his seat there, Michigan 1 seat stays blue, and you could even let's say I don't know Warnock wins, and if Republicans can just get the rest of toss-ups, including North Carolina, Pennsylvania seats, Michigan. Okay, I know may not happen, but Republicans have a super majority, and they literally lost 3 states. Now that's pretty terrifying if you ask me. I will not ask me if you ask a Democrat. So now let me just go ahead and fill in the current map. Yeah, so this is not Florida, sorry. This is the current Senate. Yeah, this is the current Senate. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the 2026 election map. Now this isn't a prediction; it's just a quick glance. How will the Senate turn out after the 2026 Senate elections? So these are states that, in my opinion, will not go to the opposite party. States like Maine may be a little competitive, or probably a bit competitive. But Susan Collins is here, so that's why it's red. But of course, it'll be a bit competitive, but not as competitive as the toss-up. So, yeah, just filling out these states. These states, including Michigan, I think Michigan will be a little competitive, but not as competitive as Georgia and North Carolina. But if Brian Kemp runs in the state of Georgia, I do think he would defeat Ossoff, but this is not a prediction. This is just a quick glance to give you an idea. And let's say Democrats win North Carolina. Okay, just being a little realistic, maybe Democrats get the pickup over there, especially since this is a midterm year, right? So then Democrats have 47 seats, Republicans have 53. Remember these numbers because now let's go to 2028. So again, Republicans have 53 seats, Democrats have 47, including the independents. So this matchup will probably be Vance, I don't know, versus Newsom or something. So again, just filling out the states. That will, in my opinion, not go to either party. That does include North Carolina, Ted Budd over there, Alaska. And you can see Republicans already get the majority. And if you're wondering, hey, maybe that's just because of the current Senate. Well, Republicans still kept 53 seats after the midterm, so let's take this election. Now, let's include the Democrat states. These are the most likely states to go blue. The rest of the states are toss-up states. So Republicans, or we could say New Hampshire as well as Democrat. These are probably the toss-ups, but Republicans could get gains here. Now, being lenient to the Democrats, let's say, I think Arizona is probably the most likely Democrat state. Well, actually, no, Pennsylvania. I do think Fetterman will win re-election. Let's include Warnock in Georgia, and let's say something happened in Wisconsin, Democrats win there because Ron Johnson probably won't run re-election. I actually think Republicans will probably win there right now, but just giving you a perspective. And let's say Nevada flips red, because this is actually very likely because it's a presidential year. Nevada has been trending really red, and Masto, well, never mind. Let's just suppose this is the map, alright? So Republicans still get 53 seats because they flipped Nevada, and they lost the state of Wisconsin, which they held. So now let's go back to the Senate to see where we are. So Democrats got a seat in the state of North Carolina, and Republicans got a seat in Georgia. Democrats also got a seat in Wisconsin. Republicans got a seat in Nevada. There we go. Republicans 53, Democrats 47. Now let's do it again. This was the Senate elections last time. Now let's suppose Republicans are doing bad. Let's say Vance, if he got elected, was doing bad, and Susan Collins loses her seat, as well as Brian Kemp. Now Republicans have 51 seats. 51. Next election. Let's see here. Well, sorry about that. Okay, now it's time for this election. I'm sorry. The Republicans or Democrats will get these seats. These are the midterms. So 2030. Democrats will definitely get all these seats. Maine, New York, Minnesota. Republicans will definitely get these seats, no doubt. Especially since this is a midterm year. Let's suppose Vance wins. And Republicans will keep their seats there. And let's suppose Virginia, I do think that'll of course be blue. I do think Wisconsin would remain blue. Michigan maybe. Again, this is not a prediction. These could go red. I mean, maybe in fact it's possible to, pretty possible. Let's suppose Arizona, Nevada. Let's say even Nevada, and let's say McCormick loses his seat. Now that brings Democrats to a +1 net gain. So now let's make that blue. Democrats have 48. This 2030, Democrats have 48 seats. Now let's go to the next election. Okay. This was the original. This is now a presidential year, so this is 2032. I do think Brian Kemp, if he's popular enough, he could win that. But let's say Susan Collins loses there in Maine. So that'll bring Democrats to 49 seats. Next election. Let's say North Carolina flips. 50 seats. Well, Vance is still president. So it's 50-50. Next election. Democrats probably won't flip any seats here, in my opinion. So maybe it just remains the same. Now what is it, like 2034 or something? And let's say the Democrats finally flip Georgia. And finally, they'll get control of the Senate. Well, that scenario was if Brian Kemp didn't lose earlier. So, I mean, this kind of shows you, I mean, like, Democrats controlling the Senate, it's a bit of a stretch right now. I mean, things could change. I mean, we, of course, you don't know politics. But, yeah, I mean, this video is kind of just to give you perspective on more Democrats are in the Senate. Of course, they could win. I mean, they could win. I mean, if we look at this election, maybe Democrats could flip Georgia. I mean, not Georgia, I'm sorry, North Carolina, Maine, and they can get already 51 seats. Then they flip, or they keep Nevada and flip the state of Wisconsin. They get, 50 seats. And if Vance loses, they get control of the Senate. So, you don't know. But there is a possibility that, things go wrong for them. But anyways, that is all for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Tell me what you think in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.